Welcome to another edition of Small Talk for You. This morning I wanted to take a look at Fuel, which is an object serializer for Pharo. And I'm interested in these because I've used object serialization fairly frequently in my work, both with my blog server and with Bottom Peter when I was working in VisualWorks more often. And I'm kind of curious about how these things work in Pharo, so I thought I'd take a look at Fuel. To get this, you use Gopher, like you normally would. Just get the configuration of Fuel, load the latest, load the core, the tests, and the benchmarks. Let's go ahead and do that. Just do it on this. I'm using Pharo 121 if you're curious. Okay, that comes in pretty quickly. Now what I've got here is a little code that I took from the Fuel website, and I'll put the link to that in the show notes. What you're going to do here is we're going to take a source array and create it, and then we're going to serialize it and see how easy this is to do. Serialize or serialize some object to the file. It's very simple, so we'll take ahead and create the source array, and we'll drop it out to this file. We'll do it. That's out there now. What we'll try to do is materialize it into a different array. So we have the materializer materialize from file name and the same file. Having used Boss frequently in VisualWorks, the API to this seems a whole lot simpler to me. I mean, there's just a lot more typing using Boss. Let's try this, and we'll see what we get. So we'll do an inspect on this, and we get the array. Now, the interesting thing you need to keep track of is that since we've materialized one in from disk, it's not the same as the source array. So we'll go ahead and just highlight this here inside the block, and we'll do an inspect on that. And you see that these objects here are not the same. Notice the tilde, so they're not the same object. And the first is not the same as the first, so again, not the same object. So we'll go ahead and do that, inspect that. And that's not the same either. But the global array transcript is the same. We'll try that. Inspect that. And sure enough, that's true. So you can see how all these things work. Now, this is all easy enough to do. Again, I'll put a link in the show notes to the website page and these examples, which you can find online. And it's real easy to load this, real easy to get started. And if you're thinking of saving objects using a serializer instead of a database for whatever reason, Fuel looks like a really nice way to do it. It seems simple to use. The API couldn't possibly be simpler. It's just a nice looking system. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever small talk you're using.